The Elimination Chamber goes down this Saturday, and let's predict this card. Let's start off with the Women's Elimination Chamber. The way I see this is down to three names: Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan. I don't see Naomi doing it. I don't see Bayley doing it. And I just don't see Roxanne. Too early for Roxanne. Plus, I think she's feuding with Bayley heading into WrestleMania. Naomi, I just don't think is in a slot in order to challenge for a women's world title at WrestleMania at this point. So now, back to the three names I mentioned that could win this thing. Liv Morgan just captured the tag team championships. I don't really see them going back to Liv versus Rhea, especially now that she's a tag team champion. So crossing her off, that brings me to Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair. Alexa just returned. I kind of think she's going to mingle with the Wyatt Six. I think that's going to be her direction. I think she's going to be involved with them some way, somehow. Maybe she faces Nikki Cross at WrestleMania. Maybe she joins them. But I just don't see Alexa versus Rhea happening right now, especially because Alexa had just returned at the Royal Rumble and they put her on SmackDown. I think they put her on SmackDown strategically. I don't think they put her on SmackDown to move her back to Raw a month later. So with that being said, this has to be Bianca. I think we go Bianca versus Rhea. The match that a lot of people want, the match that could main event a WrestleMania. I had talked about this last week. I think this could be a night 2 main event if built properly. They're going to go the direction of her winning the chamber, not tell the story over the course of months. It is what it is. This is still a dream match. They're still going to deliver, and I think this is going to tie into Jade. I think following the chamber, Jade is going to come back. She is going to reveal Naomi was the attacker. So that'll set up Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania, and then I think we'll have Jade versus Naomi at WrestleMania. With that being said, Bianca is undefeated at WrestleMania. I think they're going to continue that streak. I know it's kind of early for Rhea Ripley to drop the title, but I think she's gonna. I think Bianca's going to walk out of WrestleMania as women's champion, and we're going to get Jade versus Bianca following WrestleMania as the feud. Maybe because Jade's upset that Bianca just moved on, didn't care she was attacked, just replaced her, let Naomi step up, didn't really care to investigate the attacker. I think we're going to get that feud for the Women's World Championship following WrestleMania. Maybe even Jade costs Bianca at WrestleMania. Maybe Jade turns heel following that. I don't know, but I think we're getting Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania. Next up, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. There is a debate on why this match happened now instead of WrestleMania, because this one's unsanctioned. They're not going to step up the stipulation at WrestleMania. This is it. These two are not going to wrestle again at WrestleMania, I don't think, at least. I think once you go unsanctioned, there's not really another step above it. Unless maybe they go Hell in a Cell, but I don't even know if that's above unsanctioned. I kind of feel like this is the end of the feud, even though it's kind of just getting started. But since there's no rules, you have to imagine this is when we see Randy Orton, right? Orton's going to come back. I would imagine Owens versus Orton's happening at Mania. Maybe Orton's the one that costs Kevin Owens here. Fingers crossed we get the punt return. I would love to see Orton bring back the punt and deliver it on Kevin Owens. Or on the other side of things, Karrion Kross has kind of been on Sami Zayn's shoulder for months now. Maybe Sami Zayn gets cost this match by Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross, I think, is going to face Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. I think that's the direction we're heading, and I think we could get there with Karrion Kross screwing Sami Zayn here. But I kind of think Kross will stick out of this match. That's not really his motive. He doesn't really interrupt these matches. He kind of just obviously talks these guys backstage, plants seeds of doubt, things along that nature. I think Sami Zayn's going to pick up the win here because Randy Orton screws Kevin Owens. That's what I'm expecting. But I think this match is going to be brutal. This should be the match of the night. If this goes on last, I wouldn't even be surprised, and I wouldn't be shocked. Obviously, it's in Montreal. Obviously, it's in Toronto. They're both Canadian. This could absolutely go on last if they want to go that direction, but this should be banger of the night. Next up, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. Not exactly sure why this is happening at the Elimination Chamber, other than the aspect of it's Trish Stratus. She's from Canada. We want to put her on the card, but I don't really think the story is a PLE-worthy match. I'm not complaining. I just would rather see something more meaningful, something that involves titles. This is the first PLE since 2021 to not have any titles on the line. That was Survivor Series back in 2021. But now we have no titles on the line, so I want stakes to be higher. I know the two chambers have very high stakes. This match just kind of feels like it could main event SmackDown, if I'm being honest. With that being said, it kind of depends what Trish is doing. Is she going to wrestle at Mania? Is this all she's doing? Is this match? How does Charlotte Flair play into this? Does Charlotte cost them? I'm not exactly sure how Charlotte's going to play into it. Maybe we don't even see Charlotte at Elimination Chamber. But I think Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus are going to pick up the win either way. And I hope Trish is sticking around, and I hope she's wrestling at WrestleMania. Maybe we get Trish versus Nia at WrestleMania. I'm okay with that. That does not seem like a bad direction for me. Moving on to what should be the most compelling match of the night, right? The men's Elimination Chamber. Who's going to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania in the main event? Well, here's what I think. Not only now is this for an opportunity to challenge the WWE Champion at WrestleMania, I think whoever wins this will be and is going to be The Rock's champion, right? We do have Cody Rhodes giving his answer to The Rock at the Elimination Chamber. Obviously, he's going to say no. There's no way Cody Rhodes is turning heel right now. Don't see it. Don't see him aligning with The Rock. He's going to turn that down. Whether him and The Rock get physical, that's up in the air. I don't see that happening. It kind of seems like The Rock's not wrestling. The Rock's not going to be physical right now. I could see Cody just turning him down. The Rock gives him some sort of look as he's leaving the ring. But I think whoever wins the chamber is going to be the one that is officially The Rock's champion following WrestleMania. Now, with that being said, if we're going to evaluate these guys on their chances of being The Rock's champion, Damian Priest just doesn't fit. Sorry, it just doesn't. Logan Paul, no way. He's already a heel. I don't really see the turn happening there. I just don't think that would fit. Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul for the main event of WrestleMania, that would be an insane move. I just don't see it. Next up, Seth Rollins. This one could be a little interesting, right? Seth Rollins helped Cody win the title. Seth Rollins has a long history with Cody. Seth Rollins has also turned his back on his brothers in the Shield before to join the Authority. So he does have somewhat of a history of doing so. Could he do it again? Yes. But would it be the most shocking thing? No, because he has done it before. So with that being said, you can cross Seth off this list, in my opinion. I still think we're getting Seth versus Roman at Mania. I think that's the direction. I think now's the time to pull the trigger on those two going one-on-one at WrestleMania. Next up, that leaves us to three names. CM Punk, John Cena, Drew McIntyre. John Cena. I see people saying this online. They want to see John Cena. This is his retirement tour. There's no way in his retirement tour he's going to turn heel. That's just my opinion. And I certainly don't think if he's going to turn heel, it's going to be to side with The Rock. I just don't see that. I think it would be for his own selfish needs, which you could argue being WWE champion still is his own selfish needs, but this is different because I don't think it's going to be under somebody. John Cena has carved out a career that doesn't need this. He doesn't need this kind of thing. It just goes against everything John Cena has been for 20 years. I don't see it. I know a lot of people want it. I have said numerous times, I think John Cena is going to chase. That's what his story is going to be all year. Chasing the heels, chasing the champions, not being able to pick up wins until later in the year. I don't see Cena winning this. So that leaves us with Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. A lot of people saying CM Punk. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, I would love to see that main event WrestleMania. But the only problem is I don't see CM Punk turning heel to join The Rock either. We had already seen when Stone Cold, the most over babyface that was anti-authority, turn heel and join the Authority. Didn't work then, won't work now. It does not fit CM Punk's character one bit. He's too over as a babyface. There's too much meat on the bone to go back to that as him as heel. I think he's going to stick as a face. He's going to continue to do what he does. I don't see CM Punk doing it. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe The Rock's champion isn't at WrestleMania. Now, if that's being said, then my answer would go to CM Punk. I would be picking Punk. But the problem is, I think the seeds have already been planted. Whoever wins this chamber is going to beat Cody Rhodes and become The Rock's champion. If I'm off on that and The Rock's champion gets revealed 6 months from now, 8 months from now, maybe it's only an offer valid for Cody Rhodes. If all that's true, then I am picking CM Punk. I think that would be the right direction. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes is the most compelling matchup to me. Those two can kill it on promos. We've seen them have little teases on promo battles, and it's compelling every time. They know how to bring the best out of each other, and that is worthy of main eventing WrestleMania. But as I said, I think The Rock's champion is winning this. And with that being said, the answer is Drew McIntyre. He is the only one that makes sense. The Rock and Drew have somewhat of a history. When Drew re-signed with the WWE, The Rock announced it on Twitter. The Rock had gifted him a sword. He made this whole post about it. Following the Raw on Netflix, when the debut, when The Rock was live on Instagram, he was talking with Drew. Drew was whispering in his ear. They were laughing together. Drew makes sense. Drew, as we know, he had his WrestleMania moment robbed from him. WrestleMania 36. He was supposed to main event in front of the fans, be accepted. Gone. The pandemic took that away, unfortunately. His 2 WWE title reigns, in front of no crowd. He wins the world title last year, gone in 5 minutes. If there's anybody in this match that needs to turn to the dark side, even though Drew's already a heel, but he needs to lean even more into the dark side. If there's anybody in this match that needs to do that, that needs something and someone else to help them officially and finally get their moment, it's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is going to win this Elimination Chamber. He's going to beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania in the main event with the help of The Rock and fully be The Rock's champion. Plus, keep in mind, after all, Drew McIntyre was the chosen one. Long time ago, I know it wasn't The Rock, but the authority chose him, right? The people running the company chose him. That has been Drew since the beginning. The people running the company have had their eyes on him. They knew he was the next big thing. They knew he was a star then. Obviously, he had some bumps along the way. But in the end, it's going to come full circle, and Drew McIntyre is going to be the corporate champion. It makes all the sense in the world. I'm telling you, Drew McIntyre is going to win this chamber and defeat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Drew and Cody, they have a long history together too. You might remember those two were tag team champions many, many years ago, before both of them got released, before they both went and reinvented themselves. They have a history. This story can work and will work, and I can't wait to see it play out. Drew McIntyre, I'm telling you now, is walking out of WrestleMania 41 as the WWE Champion. Guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments where I was wrong, what your predictions are. I'd love to hear them.